We are live.
Hail hoes.
Hail hoes.
Get my mic over here. All right, Miss Lola, what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
It's been a long week for me.
Mm-hmm.
It is another round of backer shots, everybody. I'm going to hit the intro, then we'll get into introductions and start taking our shots.
Ooh, indeed.
Welcome back, everyone. As I said earlier, it is another round of backer shots. I am your Indie Princess Lola, and I am the EIC over at indievault.com, the owner of Shocker Comics, co-owner of Last Call Comics, and the creator and writer of Lore, which is in demand on Indiegogo, but only until Monday. So you guys got just a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
And
somebody's notifications are going off.
I am joined by my attitude having, no shits given, awesome co-host Nita.
That wears too much makeup. You forgot that part.
That wears too much makeup, yeah.
Talks too much shit on Twitter. Oh, okay.
And gives tissues out.
And gives out tissues.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So my name is Nita Lanning. I am co-founder of Ragin. I am SMM of Indie Vault Radio and Arrow Comics 4.0. And co-host of Backer Shots and part-time Geekgasm Ho. Did I forget something?
And the responsible one that keeps me and Nita under control.
Is that me? Oh my gosh, how did I get that title? I'm Meredith Lochran. I am a co-founder of Ragin AVC, as well as the executive producer of the Geek Insider podcast and an associate editor over on geekinsider.com. I am a writer, blogger. I am a
plagiarizing.
You know what? It's like, I don't know. Nita and I are kind of connected at the hip, so I have no idea, except for like the Geek Insider thing. I have no idea why I'm doing an intro. Yeah. Who gets the mic? Who gets the mic?
The moral compass.
What's up, guys? Mark Polton. I've been in the comic industry 15 years, written for DC Comics, Image Comics. I'm the writer and one of the creators of Graveyard Shift, which I just got back from Michigan, signing 5,000 copies of the book. We're going to begin fulfilling that campaign from last year. And I'm here to talk about my latest book, Viking Wolf.
Nice.
Mr. Rodney.
Nice, my turn. Okay, hi, I'm Rodney Fike. I am creator, writer, artist on Pitter Patter, as well as the writer on Roadkill Rampage, creator, writer, artist on Peanut Pudding and Jelly, all with Haslam Comics. So yeah, that's me. That's what I do.
Ryan's in the chat. He says, "What up, Rodney?"
What's going on, Ryan?
And hey, Joe. Said Backer Blunts.
Oh, it's not that kind of show.
It can be. Give me 5 minutes.
I mean, I got edibles. That's it.
Yeah, so the idea behind the show is that we've got a couple of campaigns here. We've got Pitter Patter, we've got Viking Wolf, we've got Lure, and Nita and I, well, mostly me, I guess, is that we're going to be looking at the numbers. And anybody who gets a backer means that we do a shot. Well, I won't be doing a shot. I'll be taking a sip of coffee. But hey, we didn't even introduce like our drink of choice.
Oh, yeah. So, guys, I am drinking tonight sour apple pucker.
Oh, blah, 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 blah. So sweet. Why
I'm a
sweet
drinks? Classic Smirnoff. All right.
Classic Smirnoff. Mm-hmm. Mark Polton, what is your drink of choice this evening? Oh, we've got 1800 on over on Rodney's corner.
Sorry, Mark. I didn't mean to jump.
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm going to be boring tonight. I had a bad experience drinking once, and ever since the smell of alcohol makes me sick to my stomach.
Just once? My goodness. Yeah, you've got to do it several times and become a pro.
But I appreciate you guys taking the shots for me.
Most certainly. I'll double up for you, man.
Oh, thank you.
I think I showed off my bottle of Writer's Tears. Writer's Tears. Very good stuff. Very good stuff here. But I will not be doing shots of this because that is good quality whiskey. There will be no alcohol abuse with this. Okay.
We don't abuse alcohol.
Bitch, we die at the end of every show.
I've only thrown them twice.
Only twice. You're not doing it right.
No, the one time I was doing shots of liquid cocaine, and I took 15 shots that show.
Oh, wow.
And then the next week I took, 11?
I don't remember, but it was a lot.
It was like 11 or 12 shots of liquid cocaine.
Yeah, liquid cocaine is what? I forgot what was all in it.
It is peppermint schnapps.
Wasn't it like Jaeger or something like that?
Jaeger and
A whole
hot
bunch
damn.
of shit you shouldn't mix together.
Yeah, like all the sweet stuff with the spices and everything. Oh, I would have been sick as a dog. No, I like
So it's a Long Island iced tea on acid.
kind of.
Essentially.
Yeah.
It knocks you off your feet. Like 2 to 3 shots in, you're feeling it.
Wow.
So let me do
What's
just
up, Max?
a quick intro here. We've got Viking Wolf Book 1. Mark Holton is here taking a seat. You've got 445 backers, which is pretty impressive. You are currently in demand on Indiegogo, and we will talk about your campaign in a bit. So anybody who goes in there and backs it, if that backer number goes up, even by $1, we will take a shot or a drink. And then, of course, we've got Pitter Patter. And, you know, that thing about Chippy, I'm a little bit upset about that, Rodney. I'm a little bit upset.
Chippy,
But-
I did a 1-page story insert for issue 1 for Chippy because he just keeps growing and growing and growing. So you'll get more Chippy than you thought you were going to get.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. But you've got 54 backers right now. You've got 5 days to go on your Kickstarter.
Yep.
Yeah, so Lola,
Yeah.
what are we doing first here?
Let's do Viking Wolf.
Viking Wolf. All right. I guess I will share that. And I didn't take a look to see. Do you have a video there, Mark?
I do.
Nice. Okay. Let me put the audio there.
Yeah, this sucker is so badass. Wait, here it comes.
Well, if you're good, let's play the video and then we'll talk about your campaign. Here we go. Whew. Tell us a little bit about the team and you, this project, and yeah, tell us
Sure.
about Viking Wolf.
Sure. So I'm the writer of it. I created it, the book with artist Matthew Dalton, and we have another artist, Renzo Rodriguez, joining us on the project. Colorist Dexter Weeks, letterer Eric Weathers. Viking Wolf's a 40-page graphic novel about Prince Gunnar Rovewolf, the Viking Wolf, the protector of the Moonshire. He protects his land and people with the Bloodhammer. It's a weapon powered by the blood of his enemies. The more enemies he kills, the more powerful it becomes, until it's just overloaded with energy that he just has to release on some poor fool. As we scroll down, we'll see like some of the the effects of the Bloodhammer. But when his father is kidnapped, he has to travel to Earth to save him, and there he's bonded with a human by the name of Travis, who isn't very fond of the idea because Travis is literally the portal to Viking Wolf to travel through to Earth, and he travels through Travis, ripping him to shreds every time he comes to Earth. And then Travis is magically put back together and taken to the Moonshire, where he waits until Viking Wolf is ready to return. But it's just a lot of over-the-top action, gore, violence, all the stuff I loved as a kid when I when I would search for comic books. It's just I think it's the real highlight of this book, though, is Matt and Renzo's artwork. It's just gorgeous. Lots of double page spreads and splashes by Matt. Some great storytelling by Renzo. Here's the scene I was talking about where Viking Wolf travels through Travis to come to Earth, tearing and ripping him apart.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing all the guts and everything. That's sweet. I love the gory.
And all of Matt Dalton's artwork is available for sale as part of the campaign. And here's the effects of the blood hammer. He releases the power within it and turns this poor guy into spaghetti head. Just splatters him.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I just noticed the teeth there. Wow.
Like, right.
He is not messing around.
Not messing around at all, and definitely not a book for kids.
oh no. I put a warning right at the front that this was for mature audiences for due to the violence and gore.
Mm-hmm. And it's kind of funny to see, like you see the gore, and then all of a sudden she's like, thank you for saving me.
Yeah, so that girl is Travis's girlfriend, or at least the girl he hopes becomes his girlfriend, and she is a big fan of werewolf movies. So she just loves Viking Wolf.
That's awesome.
We do have to take a shot though. Pitter Patter got a backer.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Well,
How much of a
Thank you,
I'm
Did you
doing
get-
swigs because I don't want to get up again. I might not find my chair. You ready?
Hang on.
Cheers.
Do
You
it.
ready?
Yep, let's go.
So while they're taking their shot, we're just going to scroll through
Hello, old friend.
Mark's campaign here. I mean, the art is stunning. The architecture, the character designs, and things like that. How long did it take to kind of put this project together?
The first idea came for about a year ago, and it basically took, I would say, like 8 months to complete it. The book's actually all done. We're just we're gonna probably go to the printer in a couple weeks. I like to get as much of the project done as possible before I launch. That way, the backers don't have to wait too long to for us to fulfill. I just think it gives them it just makes them a little more assured that they're gonna get their backing.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, really. Now, is this color? Is it black and white? Is it a mix?
So the book's in color. But there's also a black and white version available. I had a lot of people that they loved Matt and Renzo's artwork so much they wanted it in black and white just so they could enjoy all the detail. So I made a black and white version as well, and that'll be lettered so you can still read it.
Okay. Now, what is this about, the haunted pizza?
So I'm a big fan of 90s comics, and a lot of the studios back then would put out a yearbook, which it's basically what it sounds like. It has all the people that I work with, little bios of them, and then artwork from all the different projects that we're working on together. On the cover that's Gun Goth, her first appearance. That's going to be a new project that I hope to release next year.
Cool.
And that will be a foil cover comic. Like I said, I'm a big fan of the 90s.
Very cool. And then we've got the case here too.
Yeah, I actually have one right here. It's so the case will come with everything that we're offering in the campaign. So that's all 3 versions of Viking Wolf, the Haunted Pizza Yearbook. It has artwork on the front and spine. It has a magnetic closing. And as the campaign has gone on, I've added older books from my career. So I've added the Coney Waves trade paperback, which is my first writing job in comics. The Coney Waves Demon Slayer team up, and then the Coney Waves Demon Slayer retailer incentive cover, which is my first published artwork. So all of those come in the box too. So for a total right now, you're getting 7 books in the collector's case.
Wow, pretty cool. So how long have you been doing comics? You kind of alluded to it.
15 years. I started out on that book I just showed, Coney Waves. And then after a couple of years, made a bit of a name for myself. I started working with Rob Liefeld at Image. I did some scripting of Hawkman for DC Comics. And now I'm self-publishing my own work, and it's been the best time of my career. It's truly been incredible, thanks to crowdfunding and just like the whole community we've built through like YouTube and social media. It's been fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful artwork. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I can't wait to read it. I am a backer.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, very cool. Obviously, when you decide to take the leap into self-publishing and everything, you are kind of the master of your destiny here. What has been the biggest challenge that you found so far?
Probably like the biggest challenge is just time management. I have a lot of projects that I'm juggling. I think the fact that I wait till the projects are done or near completion before I launch the campaign has been a big asset for me, because it relieves a lot of the headaches of worrying, is this going to fulfill on time? Is it going to be late? So I can just worry about launching the campaign and promoting it. And while that's going on, I have like 4 other books in production. So it's just a never-ending cycle. So like time management is the biggest challenge.
Mm-hmm. Rodney, same question to you, because you do self-publish.
Yeah.
What has been the biggest challenge that you faced?
I would have to agree with Mark. It's time management. It's for me, it's you're in the studio all day long, and usually you're by yourself, and I have ADHD, so it's really hard to focus on one thing. I'm trying to do 15 things at once, so
and all 15 things need to be done.
Yeah, exactly. I find that I do really well with lists. I don't know about you, Mark, but lists are a godsend.
Oh yeah.
So if I have a list, I'm golden. And we usually, my wife and I we'll have a powwow via phone in the morning, because she's at the day job. What are we doing today? What's our priority? And then she spins me like a top and sets me go.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for me, that's the biggest challenge, is time management.
Yeah, Lola, you've been saying that as well. I mean, with everything that you're doing between Indie Volt and helping out at Liberty, as well as school, home stuff, and your own project.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What are the tools that you guys implement to kind of help you stay on track? I mean, is it just as easy as a notebook? Do you have like a virtual assistant, or what tools do you use for time management and prioritizing the work that needs to be done? Because you guys seem to be doing it all. If not working on your project, and of course, in real life stuff, but even managing to think about and even work on the next thing, because just because you've got a campaign going doesn't mean everything else stops.
Right. For me, my cell phone, I put so many reminders in my calendar there. I have a written notebook where I make my lists. Post-it notes that are my backup that I stick on things just to remind me. Even it sounds as stupid as I'll put a post-it note on my phone just so I remember to look at whatever reminder I have coming up, because I'll ignore it for whatever reason. But yeah, it's those are like the main things. Of course, my laptop, just for that's where all the work is done, like the writing, getting all the files off Dropbox. Dropbox is a huge must, or some sort of file sharing program. But yeah, those are my key tools that I use.
I'm
Rodney,
going to
yeah.
have to echo a lot of what Mark said. Like I said before, lists are my best friend. I've got notes on my phone. The voice recorder on my phone is a huge plus for me, because I have a part-time day job where I deliver cars all throughout the region. So when I get an idea or something, I just grab the phone and turn on the recorder and start talking. And then when I get home, I write down all of the pertinent information and jot it down. But um, post-it notes everywhere, scraps of paper with plot ideas, which I just spent a good half hour yesterday policing all that stuff and getting rid of it, making sure it was all documented somewhere where it wasn't going to get lost. But yeah, notes on my phone and lists, and that helps. That does the trick.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Nita, you're kind of busy too. What do you use?
Sticky notes. Lots and lots of sticky notes on the computer screen, on the phone, on the desk, on the refrigerator. And if I do what they say in the order they said it, I might be more productive. But with ADHD and Asperger's, I get distracted. So I just randomly pick them. Oh, this one looks cool. Start it and like, oh yeah, over here.
So far, sticky notes is winning. Lola, how about you?
I have a calendar on my phone. I have notebooks. I have a regular calendar. And yeah, I write notes.
Mm-hmm.
And I have
Yeah.
emeritus.
Get
Get to work.
If you only saw the rest of my desk, you would probably be like freaked out and worried, like, oh my God, how in the world does she keep anything?
So, like, I have a mental list in my head. I've been doing this stuff for a while now, so I'm in like a routine, and just every day I kind of do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, I think that's important though, to create a habit, right? Because sitting at your desk and doing that every single day, especially if you're working for yourself, that takes discipline. Not an easy thing to do.
No.
Yeah, I have found that I need to turn off the TV. I need to turn off YouTube. I need to turn everything off, because it is all a distraction. Facebook, because you're not only having to create, but you're having to do social media posts and stuff like that. And when you stop to do that, you always end up going down a rabbit hole, costing yourself an extra 30 minutes. So I try, and I fail miserably at it a lot. Keeping the TV off, keeping the computer down to one screen, and just focusing on the task at hand, what's on the drawing board, or what's on Word to be written.
Mm-hmm. Mark, how about you? Anything to add?
Just also like having a family and trying to include like spend time with them. I've found like creative ways to still get work in. Like I wrote a book on my phone. Just I didn't realize there was actually the Google Doc app on my phone. And once I discovered that, I was like, sure, Chase, I'll watch YouTube with you for an hour, and I secretly have that up, and I'm and I'm writing, Viking Wolf or whatever graveyard shift.
Yeah, I found with the kids, when they want attention like that, it's just like your presence in the room is good enough. Oh, you want me to talk to you? What?
I include my kid in what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, and except when it deals with lore, obviously I can't include him. But if we're putting boards into bags, okay, you can help with this. I mean, he's been helping out at the Liberty Warehouse with us.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
child labor.
Yeah, my son has he's been into like my work ever since he was little. He's 11 now, but we've written a couple graphic novels together, and our latest book was part of the Graveyard Shift campaign. We did a 20-page story called Little Graveyard Shift, and it's the characters as little like Teen Titan versions of themselves.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
yeah, he's had a lot of fun with that, and he tells me he's going to be an illustrator when he grows up, and I tell him that's great because then I'll have some free labor to get all my books drawn.
Right. We've said the same thing to ours. Ours will be 11 on the 4th, and he draws, and me and him are actually doing a comic book together.
That's awesome.
Cool. That's really cool. So here we are looking at Viking Wolf Book 1, which suggests that there will be a Book 2. Yes?
Yes, I'm actually almost done writing the script for it, and both artists, Matt and Renzo, are returning for the book, so I can't wait to get started on it, especially after the response for the first book.
Very cool. So for anybody who's tuning in, make sure that you hit the subscribe button from wherever it is you are watching from, and head over to Viking Wolf Book 1. It's on Indiegogo. It's in demand right now. Probably not for long, so hop on this. The art is beautiful, and it is rated mature for gore, violence, and sexuality. I'm going to read a little bit from your campaign. Viking Wolf is a horror fantasy that, at its heart, is the story of a son's love for his father. Make sure that you head over there, check it out, share it with your friends if you've already backed it, and we appreciate everybody who is tuning in to Lola's show, Backer Shots. We're at 445 backers. That's pretty damn impressive.
We need more.
We need more. The ladies are getting thirsty.
Getting dry over here.
And we're going to pull up Pitter Patter here. Hey Lola, do you over here? Do you have the bump for the awards? Do you want to do that?
Do I? I do.
Sweet.
Right.
Yeah, let's
Commercial
do that.
break. And that is Indie Vote Awards. We'll be live at Dave & Buster's September 18th. And there's still time to submit your books, guys.
There is still time to submit your books, but the deadline is closing up pretty darn fast, so make sure that you get over there.
Got to get all the judges together.
Now we've got Pitter Patter. Welcome to the world of two perfect friends, Buddy and Dude, and all their furry friends. It's Garfield meets Tom and Jerry. Rodney, tell us a little bit about your campaign. Oh, wait a minute. Well, let's play the video first, shall we? Here we go.
Hi, I'm Buddy. And I'm Dude. And I'm Rodney. Excuse me. And I'm Rodney, the creator, artist, and writer. And welcome to the world of Pitter Patter.
Scribbling the adventures of these two sometimes lovable cats, I'm very excited to not only be offering issue 1, but issue 2 as well. That's right, the first 2 issues of Pitter Patter are available through our Kickstarter for your enjoyment. The books center around our 2 harebrained cats, Buddy and Dude, cats from different sides of the tracks, and how they traverse the choppy waters that are their lives around the house, yard, and other dark and dangerous places beyond the door. But wait, that's not all. If you act now, you can get your grubby little paws on all of the shiny, pretty things we have to offer. The goods are aplenty: pins, variant covers, stickers, trading cards, and more. Simply scroll down below and check out all the rewards, add-ons, and stretch goals. If you have a cat, love a cat, know a cat, or even hate cats, these books are going to be right up your alley. So come on, follow along and enjoy the ride. And thank you all for checking out the world of Pitter Patter and for supporting our Kickstarter. For Buddy and Dude, this is Rodney Fike saying, so long, everybody.
I'm hearing that jam in my head when I sleep.
I'm sure you hear it over and over and over again. And something that we were talking about before was Chippy.
Chippy, poor Chippy.
You know, it's kind of funny because one of your stretch goals is the window cling, and you've reached that.
Yes, we have.
And it was only maybe a couple of days ago when I realized Chippy's got wings and a harp, and I'm like, no, Rodney, what did you do?
You know, it's so funny because that that part of the book was just a gag based on way back when I was in my 20s. I worked at Avon, the factory, and it was on an assembly line, and you know the bottles came down, and you were handling 135 of them in a minute, and there were these break rooms that we had to go to, you know, for lunch and whatnot, and there was these huge floor to ceiling glass windows, and there were trees outside, and we were sitting there one time, and the factory was full of old ladies, blue hairs all over. I had been there for 30 years, and I was a temp, so I was there part-time because I was doing the comics book thing. And one day at lunch, there was this hawk that was sitting there, and huge hawk. I had to have been 2.5, 3 feet tall, and he was on the branch, and everybody was just marveling at how awesome he was. And he hunkered down like this, and he went, ah! And he just shot a stream of poo. They probably
that's awesome.
About 25 feet. And all the old ladies were just horrified, and I just started laughing. I said, well, we just made room for lunch. What's on the menu? So that's kind of where that Chippy comes in.
Wow.
So as you can tell, it's cute and cuddly and colorful, but it's got messed up humor in it because it's just.
Now, is this something that can be enjoyed by young and old then?
Yeah. It's very Looney Tunes-esque. We all remember being kids and laying on the living room floor watching Bugs Bunny or Foghorn Leghorn and laughing our asses off at the kid jokes that we got as kids. And mom or dad behind us, you know, watching from the kitchen and laughing their asses off at all the adult humor. So, you know, there were multiple levels of humor, and that's what I'm doing here, trying to anyway. But yeah, that's, I mean, I am a child of Looney Tunes. So that's what I'm just trying to recreate, just the goofiness in my head. When I hear them talk, they've got the Brooklyn accent, like, you know, Mel Blanc gave all the characters. And I try to put it all on paper before it escapes my brain. And it's just, it's a lot of messed up humor, a lot of sweetness, and you know, Buddy's the more streetwise guy, and he kind of tries to protect Dude, the little gray guy there, and he's kind of, you know, been sheltered, and he's naive about the outside world, and that's kind of what issue 2 is about. He's looking at the pretty butterfly outside, and he wants to know where they all go at night. You know, he thinks it's someplace magical, and Buddy's got to, you know, educate him and tell him that it's, you know, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. So, you know, we kind of weave a little moral into the stories. But yeah, it's just silliness, and it's messed up humor, and it's going to get a lot more messed up with issue 3.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Now,
but, yeah, go ahead.
So, in addition to Pitter Patter, you were saying something about peanut pudding and jelly, but you also have Roadkill Rampage.
Rampage, yes.
Rampage. I always say Rampage. I don't know why.
So yeah, ironically enough, spent the entire morning with the artist. He loading pages in Dropbox, and me looking at him and approving them, or saying we need to tweak this here, we need to tweak that there. Going back and forth, and he's pretty much just about done with the entire book as of today, with the exception of the cover and some promo pieces for the Kickstarter.
Oh, wow.
Which we've already started to put together for the fall. And I am 14 pages deep into the script for issue 3. So we're humming along.
Very cool. I mean, it's really cool to see you both continuing on, like really hustling.
Yeah.
Where do you guys, both of you, get your inspiration as far as like stories and things like that? You know, developing new IPs and ideas and things.
For me, I usually start with a title, and that'll inspire a story will come out of it. Like for Viking Wolf, I was just for the Graveyard Shift series I'm working on. We're like really expanding the universe that we're creating, and I had to come up with like 40 new characters. So I was just like coming up with like random names, and I had Viking Wolf was one of those characters that originally started out as a Graveyard Shift idea, and it was just because I was putting names together, and I knew I wanted something Viking, and I was just putting any word with Viking. At one point I had Viking Shark, and I was like, that's ridiculous. But then I came to Viking Wolf, and I was like, well, that's not that ridiculous. That would actually be kind of badass. And I loved it so much. I was like, oh, he can't be a supporting background character in Graveyard Shift. He needs his own book. So I pulled him out of that project and developed a story around him. But other times, like story ideas come from everywhere. My son, when he was 4 years old, we were out to dinner. We were having pizza, and he was like, "Dad, I know where pizza comes from." And I was like, "Oh yeah, really? Where?" And he was like, "It's simple. You take a slice of pepperoni, you plant it in the ground, and a pizza tree grows from it."
Oh, I love that.
And my eyes lit up. I was like, "That's the greatest idea I have ever heard." And we ended up writing a graphic novel, Pizza Tree, from that idea that he had. Ended up being nominated for a Ringo Award. We won a Moonbeam Award. So like he's more of the brains of the operation than I am. He comes up with award-winning ideas. I just come up with like crazy monster books.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, you know, kind of one of the craziest things was actually inspired by my father. It's an idea that has been sitting in my head, and it's called the pickle plant. Because when I was in junior high, you know, we had this class called home ec. Okay, I know I'm old, but so part of that was we had to cook, we learned to sew and all that stuff, and so I came home after we had made pickles, and my father was just like, I'm like, yeah, I made these. He's like, no, they come from a pickle plant. I'm like, pickles are cucumbers, Dad. And he's like, no, they're not. They're pickles. And I'm like, no. It was like the first time that I realized that my father didn't know everything. And it was just like this. It hit me like a ton of bricks. And it was like, okay. Now writing down the memories of like some of the things that he said that make me laugh, you know. And I'm like, it's weird where inspiration for some of these stories comes from. Rodney, how about you? Anything like oddball like that?
Yeah, too many all day long. There's actually an audio clip on the Kickstarter of me at a moment when the voices. I always tell everybody that they talk to me. My characters talk to me, and it's true. Robert E. Howard, who created and wrote Conan the Barbarian, talked about when he was writing. And he wrote everything in a 4x4 foot closet in his house. And on a typewriter on a desk in a 4x4 foot closet in his house. And he said that he didn't feel like he so much wrote it as Conan stood over his shoulder and dictated it as he typed it into the typewriter. And that is very similar to what happens to me. some characters, some superheroes that I created about 15 years ago. I was working again, temporary job at a machine shop. I was on second shift, and I was in a back room by myself. And these faces started coming around the corners of these machines, and these characters were actually showing themselves to me. And I sat down, I grabbed a stool, and I sat down with the yellow steno pad, and I drew these characters out, and it became a whole extension of a universe that I'd created, and that's how those characters came to me. And yeah, it's constant. The story, the backup story in issue 2 of Pitter Patter, where dude's in the sink washing his head and he's got the bubble head hairdo going on.
Mhm.
That's actually from Sherman, who dude is based off of. My little white cat here. He hops up in the sink every time somebody goes into the restroom, and he wants you to turn on the sink so he can get a drink. And he sticks his head, under the faucet and lets the water roll back behind his ears, and which completely amazed me because growing up, I never had pets. I wasn't allowed to have pets. So when Tina and I met, and I moved in with her, she's always had cats. So watching this cat do this was, to me, it was magic. I just thought it was, because you always grow up, cats hate water.
Mhm.
That's not true. So that right there is completely inspired by that, and I just ran with it, and that came to me so quickly that I had a 6-page story before I even knew what hit me. The thumbnails were just so quick and so static, but I knew exactly what was going on and where it was going to go. But yeah, I mean, things come. A line from a song. You're driving down the road and you hear a song on the radio. A single line just gives me, 4 issues of an idea. It's just, it never stops. It comes from everywhere.
So for you guys, when that happens, you're driving down the road and all of a sudden an idea pops into your head. What do? Because I know when it happens to me, if I don't pull over, I lose it.
The
Right.
video recorder on my phone.
Huh?
There's the audio recorder on my phone. I pick it up and I turn it on and I start talking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll send a text to my wife just so I can have like that idea recorded somewhere.
Yeah.
And by this point, she knows what I'm doing. So when she gets a crazy text, she knows I'm working on something.
Yeah, yeah, I've done the same thing. I'll I'll call her and say, write this down, boxed in. And she's like, okay. By this time, she's used to it. Okay. And then when I get home, I write it down. But yeah, it never stops.
Yeah, that's awesome. So we've got Pitter Patter happening right now on Kickstarter. You've got 55 backers, 5 days to go. Try to hit some more stretch goals and have a strong finish with this. Buddy and dude, you need this in your life. It's kind of funny because I've got a granddaughter. She's only 6 months old now. But I'm like collecting this, and I'm like, maybe I need to order 2 because I really don't want to give it to. I don't want to give it to her. I'm like, no, this is for my collection.
You should order 3 for your future
Check the numbers.
Yeah, but I'm like, yeah, I was looking at the what is it for the stores, for the comic book stores.
The retailers.
The retailer pack. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, I'm not a retailer, man. He's
Yes.
gonna bust me on that, right?
The Moral Compass got one.
No, awesome.
All right.
Sweet.
That time.
Very good.
I'll bet you
Very
soon.
good.
Do it again.
Oh, I think Nita was doing 2, one for Mark.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I got you, bro.
I appreciate it.
So yeah, we've got 2 campaigns right now, and we're actually going to bring up a third because we are at 9:44 right now. This hour is going by really fast.
It has.
Let me see here. Let me stop that and get Laura up here.
You're right over there, Rodney.
Yeah, I'm a little bit.
Can't breathe it. Cannot breathe it.
It's been a while since I've had hard liquor.
Ooh. Yeah, my husband and I, we broke into the writer's tears this evening, and he had an empty stomach, and I didn't realize he was a lightweight.
Well, that's good. You can take
More
advantage
for
of it
me.
later on.
More for me. And we have got Lure. Miss
Yeah.
Lola. Do you want to play both videos and ask the guys which they prefer?
Sure.
All right, here we go. We're gonna play with the first one.
No, let's
Here
play
we go.
with it.
We're gonna play with it too.
We're gonna play
Play with it, Meredith.
Here we go.
It all started with an invite. Then you wake up in a cage.
I hate when it happens.
You would never expect what happens next. Who lives? Who dies? Are you ready to get lured?
So that's video number 1, done
We've got
by
video-
Randy Zimmerman.
Randy Zimmerman, and then we've got video number 2. Here we go.
Have you ever wanted something so much you would do anything to get it? I do. I will go to any party, be with anyone, just to get noticed by Blair, the one who controls invites. I lust to get into lore. Do you?
Video number 2,
That
Boys
was
Work,
video number 2.
done by Twisted Angel.
Mm-hmm. So sexy. Both of them. Both of them.
Yeah, both were great.
Thank you.
The first is always going to be my favorite because it just blows my fucking mind that it's Randy.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that's Randy Zimmerman, it's like,
And we've got a couple of pieces here. I'm sorry. Who did I run over?
No, I was getting ready to say that I like the ambiance of the second video
Mhm.
more, but I think I like the content of the first video second. So if you could splice those two together,
Okay.
Mhm.
that's just me.
So we've got Lure here, an adults-only horror thriller graphic novel in the style of Eyes Wide Shut meets Saw. 52 backers in demand right now, but Lola, you're closing this out pretty soon.
Monday.
That's right. You guys have an opportunity to get this in your hot little hands, and it's got quite a few other things that they can get in the package, depending on the backers. So the first 50 backers are already taken care of, right?
Nope.
No.
Because some of them were PDFs.
Oh.
we have physicals. Okay.
Physical
Aha.
only. So there is still time to get a Lola trading card.
Okay. Fesh stickers. We've got this awesome print, which Nita, did you get something in the mail today?
I got the
Oh,
original
you
right
got
here
it?
in my hand.
Oh
What?
boy.
I love
Hold
me
on.
some Daphne Lage.
Very nice. Yeah, we saw her doing that. We saw her coloring that in live
Yep.
with all its sparkly beauty. And of course, we've got the physical backers will get this chastity print, but it's not in color. We haven't quite hit goal yet, you guys. We need to
No.
get to
Close.
the goal first. Oh, but will this print be available regardless, just not in color then?
Nope.
No.
Only if we
Ooh.
reach 2,500.
Aha, incentive, you guys, incentive. And then, of course, we've got other perks here for physical backers.
That's the original cover.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have Indiegogo exclusive cover.
Who's doing the art on that?
My artist and colors is Dave Brown. He goes by Dave the Supreme.
Okay.
He's a really good friend of mine.
And when this story came to mind, Lola, what was that like? I mean, was it like a thunderbolt, or was it something that's kind of been in the back of your head?
I don't really know. Like, I've always wanted to do a book. I've been on the publishing side of comics for 11 years now, and I always wanted to do something, and just came to me one day, and I started writing it. It took me about 3.5 months to write it.
Okay. Now, how many pages in this book?
There is 80 pages. There's 69, I think. Sorry, it's been a long week for me.
That would be also 69. Yeah, that's perfect.
I think it's 69 pages of story, and then we have
Oh, perfect.
original, not original, but we have fan art, and I have concept art.
Very cool. And of course, the swag. Now, for everybody who's sitting here, the extras. When it comes to stickers and things like, Lola's got the bottle opener and Blair's ring. How important is that? Do you think for a campaign? Is it kind of gimmicky? Is it something that people are like, yeah, I want that? I mean, how do you decide what to add to your campaign, and how much value do you think it brings?
I think it.
Go ahead. You can go first.
I think it brings a lot of value, especially like the campaigns I back as a fan. I don't know about other people, but once I back it, I don't really keep up with the updates or anything. So when that package comes, I'm just expecting my book. I don't realize I don't realize all these extra trading cards and bookmarks and all sorts of things like metal. I got a bottle cap opener. Just cool stuff. For myself, I actually I scour the internet, always just looking for weird random things. For Viking Wolf, I did an incentive. My the people that subscribe to my YouTube channel, they call me the moral compass. So I made a mini moral compass figure. First 100 backers got a mini figure of me, and it was crazy. People who don't even watch my channel, they were backing just because they wanted that figure for whatever reason. So yeah, it was great. It was the biggest opening I ever had, and I think it was because of that little incentive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Rodney, how about you?
the early bird stuff we found out here recently is the stuff that is really draws collectors and stuff. And I echo what Mark said. The stuff, all the swag that you get, and that's one of the selling points that I use when I'm doing podcasts and stuff for the Kickstarters is you go to a store and you buy these books, all you get is the book. You back an independent creator on any of these platforms, and you're going to get the books, but you're also going to get a bag of goodies to go with it. And most of the stuff is really cool. And if you're really paying attention, you get in early and you get really nice exclusives like the figure that Mark was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the only place you can get it. So we've found here recently that collectors are really hawking these Kickstarters and looking for stuff like that. So we will definitely be implementing that in future Kickstarters.
I think it's also important to when you pick these things to realize what you're packaging your book in. You want something that's not going to weigh your package down to put it in that next weight class, or something that you're going to have to get a deeper container because a regular book mailer it won't work because it ships flat. So that just little things to think about.
Yeah. If we can stick it in a Gemini mailer along with the book, we're golden.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Gemini mailers, I don't have the card on my side, but If you guys want a 10% discount, use Volt 10 and you'll get 10% off your order at Gemini Mailers.
Woohoo!
Very cool. And yeah, in fact, I think with Roadkill Rampage, you had a air freshener, like a car freshener,
Yes. Yes.
which I still have.
Yes. I've got that cherry smelling thing hanging in the studio here somewhere.
And I think it speaks to like what's appropriate to your campaign too. Like for Pitter Patter, I think like the off the wall thing that I might have thrown in just because it just came to me. Seriously, just came to me. Would have been like a laser light,
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
right?
Yeah, but that's a great idea, but like Mark
Yeah,
said,
it will
not
fit
flat.
in
You
the
can't
Gemini
stick it in the
mailer.
Gemini, so
Right,
it's
right.
going to increase your money for mailing and stuff. So
Mhm. And probably knocks you out of the media mailers too,
yeah,
which is unfortunate.
so we have to think flat.
I still like the idea of a laser
Oh, I love
light.
it. I think it's a great idea. Yeah.
So we are getting close to our hour, Lola.
We are. I still have one more shot.
Yeah. So we've got right now we've got Lure up on the screen. 52 backers. It's in demand. It is getting ready to close down on the 2nd. That's on Monday. We've got Pitter Patter right now on Kickstarter. 55 backers right now. Let's get them to the next stretch goal. I think that's 2,500.
Yeah.
For what was
It's the magnet.
The magnet,
Buddy
that's right.
Buddy and Dude magnet.
Nice.
And of course we've got Viking Wolf Book 1, which is in demand on Indiegogo right now. Mark Polton is here. He's got 446 backers, which is that just blows my mind. I'm
That's
like,
amazing.
wow,
Yeah, that's amazing.
wow.
We're closing in on 30,000. I actually have a $30,000 stretch goal. If we hit that, all the backers will get a 9x12 print of Viking Wolf by Kenneth Rocafort, who's just like one of the greatest artists in the industry. The guy's phenomenal. So I'm really hoping we can unlock that.
That's cool.
These kind of numbers just blow my mind because I'm like, your tax dude must really love you. It's like, I hope you have a lot of write-offs there, Mark.
Yeah, no, it's been great the way my business has grown. That the fact that I need an accountant now. Before I could just handle it myself. It was simple, but now it's crazy how things have gone, and I truly appreciate it.
And next, I guess as we end this, tell us where people can find you guys.
We'll start with Rodney.
Okay. You can find me at The Art of Rodney Fike on Facebook, Rodney_Fike on Instagram, the Hasm YouTube channel. You can find me Thursday nights and Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, Thursday night Throwdown and Friday night Draw, where Sean Forney and I do a 30-minute sketch off and talk all things nerdy for a couple hours. And then I do a morning stream Monday through Friday when I'm not driving my day job, and I'm usually working on commissions in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And then Rodney Fike on Facebook. So.
Mark?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Coney Waves. My YouTube channel is Primetime Polton. Every Monday, I do a wrestling show with my friend Phil McNulty called La Pod Gods. And every Thursday, Phil and I are joined by Sean Aaron, and we do the Best Friend Show, where we just catch up, talk about our week, and we'll usually have some weird topic to talk about. And Facebook, just look for Mark Polton. There's a couple of them, but just look for the one with the comic book icon.
That's you?
Yeah, that's me.
Meredith?
Be expecting a friend request from me here soon.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah, you guys can find me over at ragenavc.com. That's where most of our links are, and what we do, and all that fun stuff. I've also got a link tree, linktree.com/MEREJ99. Nita calls it my link forest because I've basically thrown all my links in there to all the things. But yeah, Rage at ABC is where you can find me. And head over to Geek Insider as well. And we do all things geek over there. And what was our number for Viking Wolf?
Our final number?
Our final number. We started at 445. We're at 447 right now.
Woo! Yes,
Oh, wow.
fucking right.
All right.
I
That's
got
awesome.
Another one.
Yeah.
Have a drink, you guys.
Cheers, Mark.
Thank you.
All right. There's one.
That would choke me a little bit.
Are we gonna get 56 for Pitter Patter? Come on. Who's tuning in here?
You can do it.
You can do it. And we've got people who are tuning in here. We want to say thank you to, let me see, scrolling up here, Ryan Permizan, Joe Cotton, Glenn Ford's here, Max Lee, thank you guys for tuning in. Sarah, hello, Buttbeard, right back at ya. JD Rosario is here, Russell Allen. The Indie Princess, what are you doing over there?
What am I doing?
I'm looking at the chats here.
Oh.
Scrolling. Joe D. McPhee is here as well. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button wherever it is you're tuning in from. Go to these campaigns and hit the share button if you've already backed it. Thank you. If not, do it. Hit the button. Grant is here as well. Thank you guys for tuning in. Lola, you want to get us out of here? We're at an hour.
Yeah, Nita.
What?
You want to say anything? Where you can be found?
I've got to figure that out. Raging AVC, Linktree, Raging AVC, and everywhere on social media as either Nita Lanning or Creating Chaos 24/7. Twitter C_Chaos 24/7. That's it.
Guys, you can find me Linktree Indie_Princess. All my links are there. I'm going to do another commercial and then do the outro.
We're out of here, you guys. Thank you.
Great night.
Good night.
Thanks, guys.
Good night.
Thanks, everybody.
Hey, it's Belle from Liberty Entertainment Distribution. We've got quality indie comics in hand ready to ship to you now. Yes, really. And it gets better. At Liberty, publishers set their own wholesale pricing, and we don't take any fees, so don't wait. Call or visit me today at ledg.us or call 1-800-525-2091.
You should see me in a crown. I'm gonna run this nothing town. Watch me make them bow one by one by one. One by one by. You should see me in a crown. Your silence is my favorite sound. Watch me make them bow one by one by one. One by one by. Count my cards, watch them fold. Blood on a marble wall.